All right, well, good afternoon and welcome to Healing Restorative Yoga. If you're just joining us or watching this later, I'm going to have you set up with a couple blankets, a bolster if you have it or something like a bolster, and a couple of blocks. And if you have a strap or a men's tie or a women's scarf, anything like that can be useful. But certainly if you don't have it, don't worry about it. We'll work with what we have available. We're going to start off in a reclined position with the legs elevated in what we like to call instant Maui. So we're going on a vacation together. Hopefully it's a little cooler in Maui than it is in Arizona right now. If you want to create a little neck roll for your head, you can take a blanket and curl up the bottom edge to create some bolstering for the natural curvature of the neck. And then we'll create a little bolster tower. So I've got a couple of blocks underneath. You can put them at whatever height you'd like. And then place your bolster on top. And if you have an extra blanket or towel, you can even put that on top and roll it up to fill the space in the backs of the knees. So you want to have this tower pretty close to you so those knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle or so, roughly. And then just place your legs on top, lowering yourself down, and then adjust your neck roll to whatever height you need, making sure that you feel really comfy and supported on your mat. And I like to kind of shift and move, like wiggle a little bit into this. I just feel like I settle down. I settle into the ground a little bit better, but go with what works for you. You can place the arms out to the sides like wings with the palms facing up. You could have cactus arms if you want to start moving into the heart space. You can even rest your hands on your belly if you like to just contact your body as you breathe. Whatever feels good to you. And then just close your eyes, just allowing your mind and your body to begin to come into a space of presence. So feeling the weight of your physical body contacting your mat and the supports underneath it. And feeling the earth rising up to cradle you, to support you in this space of healing and restoration. And as you scan the field of your attention, begin to notice any physical sensations that you're feeling in this moment. See if you can just observe and accept. So observe, notice, and then accept whatever shows up. Labeling our emotions, our thoughts, our sensations as good or bad is a very human thing. But can we approach this more from a space of an observer, just noticing? And just embracing anything and everything that shows up. Start to dial your attention more now into what's happening with your breath. How fast or slow are you breathing? How deep or shallow is your breath? Notice where your breath is located in your lungs. We spend the majority of the time of our breathing in the upper portions of our lungs, especially when we're stressed out. We do something called accessory breathing, where we're breathing more with our chest, our neck, and our shoulders are lifting and lowering. We want to start to drive that breath down deeper into the fullness of our lungs. In the lower parts of our lungs, we have little nerves that get stimulated to take us out of fight or flight and into our rest and digest nervous system, where the body can heal, restore, renew from the effects of stress on the body. So as you slow and deepen your breath, see if you can start to breathe in to a count of 3 or 4, filling into the entire circumference of your lungs, all the way into the bottoms of the lungs. On average, we take in about a pint of air with every inhale. We have the capacity for a gallon of air. So see if you can breathe into that gallon of space, filling up, holding at the top of the breath, feeling that sensation of fullness. And then gently exhale to release the breath, slowly, intentionally. Maybe doubling your exhale to the count of your inhale. So maybe you're breathing in for a count of 3 or 4, holding at the top for as long as you feel you'd like to. And then exhale out to about double the count of your inhale. Letting all of the breath go. You can only be filled as much as we're willing to be emptied. So squeeze out all of that stale air to just create space for a fresh new wave of air. In yoga, that term is called prana. Prana is the breath of life, our energy, spirit, or soul. It's the source of life. So maybe you're breathing life into your body where you need it right now. Breathing out all those things that no longer serve you, that aren't useful, aren't helpful in your healing journey. Creating space for renewal. Anne Lamott said, "Where do we even start on the daily walk of restoration and awakening? We start where we are. We start where we are. Sometimes we don't know where to begin, and this has been a long and weary journey for all of us. Sometimes it seems like it's never ending, right? And that can be really tiresome, really burdensome, and depressing. But we have an opportunity through yoga to restore and renew and reawaken ourselves, to breathe life back in. And yoga meets us exactly where we are, just like the breath meets us exactly where we are. And that is the journey of acceptance, being okay with where we are in this moment. So breathing in restoration, healing, renewal, life, life force, spirit, soul, just feeling that sense of expansion from within. Allowing yourself to sit with that feeling on those inhales. Every inhale, you may notice there's a little bit more space, a little more ease in the breath, a little more peace and calm in the mind. According to the Yoga Sutras, by watching and regulating our breathing, we can bring peace and calm to the mind, to the body, to the nervous system. And it's been scientifically to be proven, of course, what we've known for thousands of years. This breath can administer healing and breathe new life where we need it most. Allowing yourself to be still, as if your thoughts are suspended. A gap between each and every thought space. The words be still mean to cease movement, to be quiet, to be present, to leave off at your own efforts, to just simply be. And cultivating stillness can be the hardest part of our practice. So as my teacher likes to say, can you make friends with your stillness? Or maybe, can you make friends with your busy mind? Slowly begin to bring that right knee in. You can interlace your hands just below the knee or behind the knee. Just see what feels best for your body. Just take a moment to settle into stillness here. Oftentimes we're real quick to start moving our knee around, but instead, just let go of any effort and just let time, breath, and gravity begin to sink that thigh a little closer to your chest, a little closer to your armpit. Notice as you inhale, the thigh might push away a little bit. And on the exhale, as the lungs release the air and as your belly flattens, it may sink in a little bit deeper. Just ride those waves in your mind. The waves in the breath come in. The waves in the breath move out. Perhaps those waves carry out stress, worry, anything else that you need to allow to leave the body, the mind, the heart, and even your spirit. Now, if you have a strap, I'm going to invite you to take that strap around the ball of the foot. And if you don't have a strap, no big deal. We're going to extend that heel high up toward the ceiling, holding onto the strap. Now, to make it a little easier, you can just wrap the strap around the hand if you're using a strap, and that way you don't have to hold on. And then you can just allow that shoulder to relax. Now, if you are interlacing the hands behind, just see if you can, again, release effort. Just allow the body to open over time. You can have a bend in that knee. You might even play with bending and straightening the knee a little bit just to start to open up the back of the leg. Hamstring muscles, the calf muscles, just stretching and opening. Or maybe you just stay here in that static place of non-movement. Just allow the body to open as it will. Having the foot elevated above the body helps to improve lymphatic drainage, so it helps to improve our immunity. It also helps to return blood back to the heart and back to the brain. from all the time that we spend upright during the day. Helps to reduce edema or swelling in the ankles or calves, lower extremities, as well as opening the backside of that leg, which can get really tight, especially if we spend a lot of time seated. On your next inhale, I want to invite you to open that leg out to the right. Now you can take the left arm out to the side like a wing for counterbalance, or you can place the hand on the left hip just to help ground that hip. See what feels good for your body. We're opening into the right inner thigh now, so that our hip adductor muscles as well as our hamstrings are continuing to open here. The body has a tremendous capacity for restoring itself back to health. All of our healing comes from within. We just need to provide the right environment, the right intention, and continue to cultivate a garden of healing for ourselves. So releasing and relaxing the jaw, the muscles of the face, the shoulders, as well as our hips will help. On your next inhale, go ahead and gradually bring that leg back up. If you have a strap, go ahead and release that strap. And then we're going to bend the knee and place the ankle just above our left knee. So we're in kind of a supported reclined pigeon. With your right hand, gently encourage your right thigh forward. Breathe here. Now you can stay like this, or if you want to go into a little bit deeper stretch, go ahead and bring that left leg closer to you, and we can interlace the hands behind the left leg. Flex both feet. Feel free to bring a little movement here, maybe rock side to side. Rocking is very calming for the nervous system. It helps to facilitate healing in the body. Counters the effects of stress, helps the muscles release their grips on the bones. Maybe you want to just come into a stagnant position here, drawing that leg a little closer. Maybe that leg is still draped over your bolster. Let your practice meet you exactly where you are. Whatever feels restorative and healing for you. Checking in, notice if your shoulders are lifting by the ears, notice if the jaw is clenching. Breathing in through the nose and out an open mouth will help to release the jaw, but it also will help to release the stored chemicals that are associated with fight or flight. So maybe just breathe those right out of your body, knowing that 70% of our toxins leave the body through our breath. Slowly release. If you're gripping that leg, we'll Extend that leg back out and then extend the right leg back out, just draping the legs over the bolster for a moment. Close your eyes, begin to feel into your body. Notice the difference between the two sides. Notice the difference in the way the two legs feel, the two hips, the two sides of your low back. Maybe you feel it all the way up the entire side body too. As you're ready, begin to draw that left knee in. Again, you can interlace around the shin or behind the knee. And just pause here, holding that leg, allowing time, breath, and gravity to draw it closer to your chest. Compressing now into the left hip capsule as well as our descending colon. We started on the right, which is our ascending colon. Our digestion and elimination take place in a clockwise fashion from right to left. So we're helping to assist digestion and elimination. Keep breathing. Notice and follow the breath in and out of the body. Notice when you engage that diaphragmatic or belly breathing, how the leg moves as well. If you had to pick a color for restoration and renewal, what would that color be? Perhaps you can visualize the breath as that color moving in and out of your body, or directing the breath where you need it. I want to invite you to place the strap around the ball of the foot, and we'll take that heel high. Again, if you don't have a strap, just wrap the hands around the back side of your leg, and again, you can wrap the strap around the hands so you don't have to keep holding on. Just allow that left shoulder to relax back toward the mat. Again, you can bend and straighten the leg if you like, or you can just stay here. Over time, as that space is created, you might be able to straighten that leg a little bit more. Allow the breath to continue to flow freely. Nice, deep, long breaths. Feeling the extension into that leg. Notice where your thoughts go. Again, just bring them back without judgment, just gentle kindness, awareness, gentleness toward yourself. Continuing to facilitate an environment of healing within. Slowly begin to open up, taking that leg out to the side again. Feel free to support however you need to. Staying grounded through the right side. Breathing into that inner thigh, just allowing the body to open, creating space in that hip. Checking in with your jaw. Again, feel free to breathe in through the nose, out an open mouth, a breath of letting go. On your next inhale, slowly bring that leg back up. Release the strap if you're using a strap. We'll bend the knee. Place the ankle just above your right knee, creating a number 4 shape with your leg. And then gently press your left thigh away from your body. Flex into that foot to protect the knee and the ankle. Just breathing here. You're welcome to stay here or begin to bring that right leg closer to you, interlacing behind the right leg. Maybe rock a little here side to side. And then just settle into a static shape here for a few breaths. Maybe more than a few breaths. Just release any effort here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. You might even rest that right foot on your bolster for support. Releasing the jaw. Softening into the muscles of the face. Slowly begin to extend that right leg back out long and the left. Just coming back into the supported position. Body begin to just settle into the shape once again. Keeping the legs as they are, go ahead and take elbow for elbow above your chest. We're just going to start moving the arms over to the right. So use your right hand to take a hold of your left elbow and draw that across the body. A big stretch into that shoulder. Breathing here. On your next exhale, take the arms across the body, using your left hand to guide that right arm over to the left. Big stretch into that right shoulder. Now we're going to begin to circle those arms. So you're going to bring the arms up over your head, like you're drawing a circle over your face. Take the elbows over to the right, over your chest, to the left. Just drawing a big circle over your body. Keep doing this, moving with the breath. We'll take it in the other direction. And then go ahead and come into Cactus Arms, opening into the chest here. So the arms are bent maybe about 90 degrees, but if the backs of the arms don't rest on the floor, you might need to take the bend just a little wider. So play with that, see where you're able to get the backs of the arms and the hands resting on the floor. Just breathe here. Notice if the shoulders are lifting. See if you can draw the shoulders away from the ears. Notice if there's a bubble in the upper or lower back, and see if you can soften your navel toward your spine. Soften your heart into your chest, as if you're pressing as much of your spine into the earth as you can. Just allow that heart to begin to open. Check in with your jaw once again. Notice if there's any places of resistance or forcing. Yoga Sutra 2.46 says, Sthira Sukham Asanam. And it literally translates to steadiness, ease, and seat or posture. But when we look at the translations, it means to resolutely reside in a good space. So the resolutely is that steadiness, the good space is ease, and the posture is residing in that good space. Can you resolutely reside in a good space? Can you find the balance between effort and ease, between work and rest, between movement and stillness? And what's beautiful about this is it's not this or that, it's both. Slowly begin to bring the knees toward the chest. Again, if you'd like to rock a little side to side, or if you want to circle the knees, you can trace the edges of your sacrum, just massaging that area gently. You may decide to go in the other direction, unraveling, or maybe you're just continuing to rock a little side to side. Gently take the arms out to the side like wings with the palms facing up. And then we'll gently allow both of our legs to come toward the body and then to the floor on the left. You're going to get a deeper twist here. If you'd like to, you can place a block, a blanket, or a bolster between those thighs to support the low back. And then just keep the arms outstretched with the palms facing up. Nice open heart here, breathing. Just releasing your jaw. Maybe your gaze starts to move toward your right hand. Just adding a little twist into our cervical spine or into our neck. Twists are inherently calming for the body, the mind, the nervous system. It helps to return us back to homeostasis. Twists help us to detox the body. So imagine like you're wringing out a dirty washcloth, letting go toxic thoughts, emotions, or energies. Keeping your breath fluid, effortless, and deep. Leonardo da Vinci said, medicine is the restoration of discordant elements. Sickness is the discord of the elements infused into the living body. So we think about our elements being out of array and discord or dis-ease. Yoga joins our discordant elements together to promote healing, restoration, and wholeness. So in this sense, yoga is medicine. It's that element that helps to restore those discordant elements and bring them together into wholeness, into unity, and into oneness. With awareness, keeping your core engaged, let's slowly begin to bring those knees back up. So you can move that bolster blanket, whatever was between your legs, out of the way for the moment. We're just going to come back, resting the feet on the bolster or whatever you have underneath. Just hold there for a breath or two, letting the spine just kind of realign back into a space where it's nice and straight and long. And you can adjust if you need to, so feel free to kind of shift and move to feel like your spine is straight again. And then we'll gently begin to draw those knees toward our chest and then bring them over to the right side. Again, feel free to support between those thighs however you wish. Taking those arms out from side to side, palms facing up, opening into the chest and the shoulders. Maybe your gaze will follow your left hand opposite your twist. And just breathe here and soften. Think about discord. It's where things are out of harmony. There's a lack of peace or a lack of ease. So maybe you're noticing some places within yourself that are in discord or disarray. You feel a lack of ease, dis-ease. Breathe into those spaces. Just feeling harmony, the harmony of your breath, the harmony of all things working together for good, the harmony of the unity of your mind, your heart, your body, your spirit. Guided by the breath, facilitated through the breath. Slowly roll onto your side. Just pause there for a moment in a fetal position. Just resting with the head supported, maybe the elbows bent. We're going to gently press ourselves up and set ourselves up for our next posture. So I'm going to invite you, if you have a bolster, we're going to bring it across the mat. It's going to go underneath the hips. Now, if you don't have a bolster, you can take 2 blocks end to end, okay, widthwise on your mat, and then you can place a blanket over that just to cushion it a little bit. And so we're going to bring our seat onto whatever that support is that you've created. And we're going to do a supported back bend. So we're going to lower ourselves back down. So be mindful as you come down. So drop onto the forearms first, and then lower yourself down. Again, create a nice support for your head and your neck. And then place your feet just below your knees, as close to your seat as you can, so that the knees are stacking over your ankles. And then again, you can bring the arms out to the sides if you like. You can have them resting alongside the hips. Just make sure you feel nice and supported in this bridge pose. So this is a way to open the front side of the body and help to promote spinal extension, to counter the spinal flexion we were doing earlier with the knees more toward the chest. So we always want to counter our back bends with forward folds and vice versa. And so that's that balance. Just like if we do the right side in our yoga practice, we always do the left side. Just coming into a space of balance here. Former President George Bush said, "Renewal is the way of nature. And now it must become the way of man." It was interesting. I was thinking about this and how really, when we consider the natural world, we are a part of that natural world. So renewal is inherent in us as well. Healing and renewal is also our nature, just like it is in the natural world. We just have to promote it, providing the right conditions for it. So thank yourself for showing up today, because you're doing just that by showing up to this class. Notice where your breath is. Perhaps envisioning that breath again as that color of renewal and healing that you established earlier in the practice. Just envision that moving up and down your spine, being directed wherever your body's asking for it, wherever it needs it. Almost like shining the spotlight of your attention to those places that are lacking in ease or feel imbalanced in some way, or where you need to promote healing and renewal, restoration. Begin to press into your feet and engage your legs so that you can lift the hips up and slide your bolster out from underneath the hips. Just move it off to the side for the time being. Bring your feet the width of your mat. Keeping those knees bent, take your arms to the sides like wings. And then we're gently going to just tick-tock those knees from side to side. So exhale as you go to the side. Inhale as you come back up. Exhale as you go to the other side. Just synchronize your breath and your movement. This is very reassuring for your nervous system. Also for the psoas muscle, which is hardwired into that fight or flight system in our body. A stress response. This brings calming. Also helps to reset our spine after doing that back bend. Good. I want you to extend those legs out for a moment. Reach the arms overhead. You may or may not have something underneath the head. It's fine either way. But just stretch and reach. Get a full body stretch. Walk your feet over to the right side of your mat. You can keep the legs alongside each other or even wrap that left ankle over the right. And then maybe you begin to just hinge over to the right, creating like a banana shape in this half moon position. Last night we had a full moon. So maybe you got a chance to take a peek at that beautiful moon last night. That moon energy is cooling, it's yin-like. Restoration moves in the space of yin, just coolness and healing, feminine traits associated with it. We'll come back to the center for a moment and then walk the legs over to the other side. Maybe wrapping the right ankle over the left. Maybe you're hinging over to the left side. Just creating that half moon shape here. Breathe into that. Supporting your body however you need to. Good. Come back to the center. We're going to roll to one side so we can set ourselves up for our next posture, and we'll just gently press up. Good. And we're going to create a little yoga recliner. So take a block or two, so you can have your blocks staggered heights, one higher than the other if you like, or you can just use one. We're going to place it underneath the end of the bolster to create a little incline for the back. Good. Have a couple of blankets handy. We're going to fold them up and just create some support for our legs, coming into a supported Baddha Konasana or bound angle. Bring your seat right up to that bolster and then go ahead and lower down. Adjusting however you need to. Bring the soles of the feet together, let those knees splay open, and then bring the props to support from underneath those legs. just softening into this. So you can create as much support as you like. The closer the props are toward your hips, the more support you'll have. But if you want a deeper opening, you can move them out further away. And then just breathe here. John G. Lake said that healing is the restoration of what has been. Healing is the restoration of what has been. And the reality is that each and every one of us were meant to live in undivided wholeness. How we were created, it's who we are at our deepest essence, our true self resides in that space of equanimity, in that space of undivided wholeness. So it's a matter of coming back to who we already are. Just allow yourself to settle into that, tapping into the wholeness that you already have within you. While you lay here, I'm going to provide you with a beautiful guided meditation. Know that if at any time you're uncomfortable in the bound angle position, you can always extend the legs out or just stay here as you are. And so this meditation is called the Four Guardian Meditation, or Four Guardians Meditation, and it's from Joyce Rupp's Prayers of Boundless Compassion. And so as we settle into this meditation is really based on the belief that it's possible to remain united with the people we respect and admire who've gone before us. Indigenous communities refer to these persons as ancestors. In Christianity, they might be called saints or angels or guardian angels. Regardless of whatever your belief is, it's calling out to those people who left a mark in our lives. So whether they're ancestors, saints, guardians, guardian angels, they can be valued relatives, friends, teachers, and others that we've personally known. Personages from history, or anyone we might want to reach out to with an invitation to come and be with us, to bring their loving, wise presence into our sphere of life. They come as comforters, protectors, and guides, providing a circle of safety and calm assurance. As we enter into this meditation, do not anticipate ahead of time who will show up for you. Simply open your mind and your heart, setting aside questions as to whether or not this works, if it's real, or if it will be effective. Closing your eyes, starting to breathe slowly and deeply. Begin to focus on your right side. Quietly pray the following words. Come. Come. Come be with me. Come and stand on my right side. Wait without anxiety for a presence to come to you. You most probably will not picture this person, only have a felt sense or an unspoken awareness of this presence. When you sense the guardian is there on your right side, imagine a caring arm placed around your right shoulder. Now focus on your left side. Quietly pray, come, come, come be with me. Come and stand on my left side. Wait with trust for a presence to come to you. Again, you might not see or visualize this person, You may only have a felt sense of awareness of this presence. When you sense this guardian is there on your left side, imagine a caring arm placed around your left shoulder. Now focus on your back. Quietly pray, come, come, come be with me. Come and stand behind my back. Wait for another presence to come to you. When you have an awareness or sense this guardian is there behind you, imagine two hands gently placed on top of your head. Lastly, focus on the space in front of you. Quietly pray, come, come, come be with me. Come and kneel before me. Wait patiently without anxiousness or effort for a presence to come and be with you. When you sense this guardian is there, kneeling before you, open your hands and place them palm up in your lap. Imagine your hands being held by this caring presence. You are now surrounded, held and embraced by these four guardians. They care about you, they love you, and desire what's best for you. Lay here quietly and let their loving kindness and blessedness of their wisdom seep into every part of yourself, especially your heart. Receive their tenderness and the healing love they bring to you. Accept their strength and wisdom in this circle of safety and love. Receive their qualities. Remain here for as long as you like, remaining fully present in a space of receiving. I want to invite you to stay there as long as you like, surrounded by your four guardians, and just receive. So for now, it's namaste for us, but please remain as long as you like.